TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com presents your latest Truman Lake Fishing Intel Expert Roundtable. TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com is your premier resource for up-to-date expert fishing reports and videos to help you find the fish faster and become a better Truman angler. Multi-species coverage includes crappie, catfish, bass, hybrids, and more. View this month's full episode roundtable exclusively at TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com. This month's roundtable is brought to you by Anglers Port Marine. Whether you're a first-time boat owner or a seasoned professional, Anglers Port Marine has an option for you. Conveniently located between Clinton and Warsaw on 7 Highway, stop on in to view top industry boat brands including Phoenix, Lowe, and Camus boats. With their award-winning sales and service, Anglers Port Marine has you covered. Call 660-438-4600 or learn more at anglersportmarine.com. Just another nightly rental. Owned by David and Gina Townsend, this lake area property located at 32640 Highway 43 in Warsaw is perfect for your next lake getaway. Sleeping up to 8, this home is located conveniently within a short drive to boat ramps on both Truman and Lake of the Ozarks. Weekly discounted rates are available and a welcome meal is provided if booked more than one night. Call now to book your stay, 660-287-7615. Total Auto Repair, your go-to vehicle repair service in Clinton, Missouri. Located right across from City Hall, Total Auto Repair features a combined 62 years of auto repair experience. Master technicians for Ford, Chevy, and Toyota, and they have all ASE master certifications. Specialties include brakes, suspension, HVAC, electrical, drivetrain, and drivability. And a special discount is available for Truman Lake Fishing Intel members when you show them your premium account at the counter. Call 660-383-1136 to schedule your top-of-the-line vehicle service today. And now, let's start the show. Boys and girls, we're back again for another edition of the Truman Lake Fishing Intel Expert Roundtable. It is mid-March, I think it's March 12th today, actually, and we got a great cast here tonight with us. Really excited to be joined by Jeff Falkenberry on my far right, Richard Bowling next to me, Jordan Lear, and a brand new contributor to Truman Lake Fishing Intel, Jason Smith from Smith's Fishing Adventures. On my far left here, we're going to get into chatting with him and everything that he's doing on Truman Lake and the upper end of Lake of the Ozarks. We're super excited. It's a really awesome time of the year. We're starting to see those 70-degree days. We're getting that strong winds that we're having a battle here recently. But the fish are biting pretty good. The leaves are turning green. I think have a chance of potentially finding some morel mushrooms up here in March. Potentially.
It's going to be 28 Sunday and 28
Oh,
Monday.
geez, I didn't look that far ahead, so that's not going to help.
I don't mean to rain on your parade.
Oh, man. I was hoping for record early-setting morel mushrooms because they're finding them down south in southern Missouri. The Confirmed Finds group on Facebook, they've got pictures and all that good stuff of verified mushrooms that are being found, so it's an exciting time of the year. We're just a few days away from spoonbill season kicking off, and by the time you guys are seeing this video, probably be only a day or two away. And so we're super excited about that. Jason's a spoonbill guide. Jordan's going to do some spoonbill trips. Sean and Hunter Bowling both are going to be doing some spoonbill trips.
Richard has one.
I got one.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Who's the lucky?
Some dude from Kansas City. I promised him I'd do it again, so.
Wow, okay.
Gotta go.
We're going to have some crappie updates, some catfish updates. I don't have a lot of bass updates, but have been hearing stuff a little bit. So, and if you guys have heard anything, we can chime in on that. But lots of lake updates. Just a really exciting time of the year. So, before we get into it, I want to say thank you to everyone that helps us out with the website, English Port Marine specifically, for sponsoring and helping to make these possible. Your Phoenix boats, your Lowe boats. In fact, Richard's got his nice Phoenix boat parked in my front driveway right now. It looks pretty stinking nice. It's the first time I've seen it with the
Purple?
Yeah.
Is it? It turned out good.
Yeah. Turned out real good. So, great crew down there. Check them out. Whether bass boats, deck boats, pontoon boats, all that good stuff. Check out English Port Marine. Thank you to a lot of our other folks that help us out. David and Gina Townsend, just another crappie bait company, just another catering company, and Total Auto Repair. Really appreciate them. So with that, I do want to get into some of the crappie that is really we're starting to see. I've seen a few comments about is the spawn going to be early or not. But Richard, you've been out on the Osage quite a bit here recently. Hoping you could kind of give us a lowdown of what you've been seeing over there and what to expect moving forward here.
What I've seen over there is just the fish in the creeks. I was in the back of the creeks, and then the new water started coming in. All the fish moved out to the front of the creek. I actually caught a lot of fish today in the main lake channel. I'm just cruising around looking for single fish here and there, and caught some really big fish. And over there, every fish you get on, you flip to it and get their attention, they're going to bite. Mm-hmm. It's not like the Grand. You got to really baby it, and it's a little dirtier here than it is over there. But very good bite. Mouth of creeks, out into the main channel, and about a third of the way back, the back of the creeks, no fish in it for me over there.
And that's a recent development because you had been in the backs, hadn't you?
Had been, yep. Me and Hunter went out, I think it was whatever my post was, Saturday, I think it was, or Saturday. Yeah, and him and I, my trip, I moved it because it's going to be cold and windy, and he said, Dad, and he was at the house, he said, Dad, since you're not going, you can take me. I've never been in your new boat, so we went, we put in a tally and went down just a little ways and started at the mouth of a creek there. North wind blowing hard, and as soon as I put the trolling motor in and got set up, and he wanted to fish for a fish fry, so as soon as I put everything in, picked up a pole, there's a big crappie there, and I pitched on it, and I caught it, handed him the pole, and hour and I think 25, 30 minutes was done.
Yep.
A bunch of fish. That was in the mouth. Or going up the bank, going into the mouth. So then I took a trip there the next day, and I started on that same point, and there's a lot of mud. Mm-hmm. So I got back there, and I didn't realize how dirty that water was till I got towards the back of this creek, and then there's a mud line. I mean, it was a night and day difference.
Yeah. When
I get back there, I looked, and it's just crappie everywhere. So that was in the very back in 8, 9, 10 foot of water. Had 3 guys in the boat, myself, we caught our 60 fish. Once I got back there, burned an hour up front and didn't do that great. Got in the back, and it didn't take very long.
Yeah.
But now the fish are pulled back out toward the mouth.
And yeah, I was really hoping Hunter was going to be here because I wanted to hear the stories of who was teaching who on that trip. But
I'm not going to lie. I mean, I go to Osage a lot, but he's the one that said, Dad, let's go up there. He fished a tournament there a couple of weeks ago, and he finished 8th, had a good bag of fish.
Was he? I thought he was in the Grand on that tournament.
No,
oh, he was in the Osage.
Yeah. Almost every boat was on the Osage.
Yeah.
So I went to where he was at, the creek he is in, but I didn't fine tune it. I just started where there's no wind.
Yeah.
It's more fun when there's no wind.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and to that point on that tournament, that was that last weekend, and that was the weekend before?
Weekend before.
And it was 12.5-ish pounds that took to win.
Yes.
Mike Valentine, just a perennial winner on the lake.
He's good.
He's good.
And Matt Beckman,
yep,
his partner.
Yep, and I think the next closest bag though wasn't it? It was like 2 pounds less. Like they stood out.
It was almost 2 pounds. Yes.
Yeah. And so, anyway, just for what that's worth for folks watching, the results on that, and those results are up at the website. So you've been on the Osage. Had you been on the Grand at all here in the last week?
About a week ago I was, and the bite's still good on the Grand. Being a guide, you want to move around, look at something different all the time. And I was on Mary Bend here about 4 days ago. There's one boat there.
Yeah.
Went to Tally for a couple of days, and there was boats, but it's mostly catfish boats. So just like to move around, and you know where they're going to be. This time of year, look at your creeks and play the wind, and it makes it pretty simple.
So muddy water, so for those that are wanting to know about water temperature, water quality, muddy water you found recently in the creeks.
In the main lake and in the creeks.
Okay.
Yep.
And how far down? Because you said at one point it hadn't reached Berry Bend yet as of a couple of days ago. Do you know if it has now?
It has. It's just above Berry.
Okay.
It's not muddy. It's kind of cleaned up some. There's not near as much trash as there was above.
Okay. And then, Jeff, you've been on the Tebo. Have you been seeing the same thing on the muddy water, brushy?
No, it's pretty clear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. There's a little grass and stuff, from water coming up, but no, it's clear water.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see a good long ways, and there's a lot of. I haven't crappie fished over there, but I saw a lot of crappie catching bait, catfishing. But I've crappie fished on the Grand, and it was really dirty.
Yeah.
And same thing, just if you see me, that's where the wind's blowing. Because I go when I'm there, the wind's blowing. Mm-hmm. Him getting out of the wind, I can't get out of the wind. Everywhere I go, the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
But
that's catfish.
We were able to get it. No, for crappie.
Oh.
Yeah. But we were able to get out of the wind a little bit this week on the Grand in that muddy water. But like I think he mentioned there a minute ago, and we were talking before the show that those fish would come and get it. You know, if they could see it, they were going to come get it, and it's not that way on the Grand. You got it. You can swing it past them, and you have to get it on top, and you got to stop it, and you got to hold it there very still, and finally they'll turn up. Yeah, don't move it. That old jigging thing.